Welcome to IoT Real Talk. No fluff, no filler, just real pros talking about real programs, real challenges, and real results.
Smartwatches, asset trackers, utility meters, connected products are everywhere, but many still ship without a clear path to revenue post-sale. The real differentiator isn't the hardware, it's how connectivity is embedded, activated, and monetized from day one. In this episode of IoT Real Talk, we are joined by Vinay Bharadwaj, founder and CEO of Spenza. He is also known as the Shopify of Telecom. Working closely with partners like Aeris, the company helps businesses turn connected devices into subscription-based services fast. We will dig into why IoT monetization often stalls after devices ship, how early connectivity decisions determine speed, scale, and margins, and how activation, billing, and customer journeys drive long-term value. And we'll share a real-world example of how Spenza and Aeris helped one company turn connected devices to cash flow. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome to the pod episode 11. I'm Susanna Song, your co-host here on IoT Real Talk. John Conant is on assignment once again. Well, I want to bring in Vinay into the conversation right away. Hey, Vinay, good to see you on the pod.
Hey, Susanna. It's a pleasure here. Thank you for inviting me. Super excited for our conversation.
Yes, absolutely. You came highly recommended by our sales team. And for listeners who may not know Spenza, how do you describe what you do in just one sentence?
Yeah, I think, as you said, we are Shopify for Telecom. We basically are an aggregation platform which enables businesses to procure services, mobile plans, eSIMs, SIMs from multiple operators, multiple vendors, and deploy their own custom plans, right? So think of us as somebody who doesn't want our customers to reinvent the entire telecom stack. They just need to know their customers, know what is needed, and sell the services tightly integrated with their products and services.
All right, and we'll get into some actual real-life examples later on in this episode. What is the biggest barrier companies face when trying to monetize IoT, and how do you think they can overcome it?
I think the key challenge is simplification, right? If look at the payments world, we have something like Stripe. Look at the e-commerce world, we have something like Shopify, which basically abstracts out the complexity of the whole ecosystem and gives somebody a very simple way where they can start small, scale as they grow, right? Pay for what they use, right? See, all those things which are very simple and taken for granted in other industries are something that is completely missing in the telecom world. And so we basically want to simplify the sourcing to value capture kind of a journey that businesses go through, where they can source only the plans or the services that they need. They sell only the services that is of value to their customers, and they can capture value, and they get charged for what they use. I mean, it's as simple as that. And that is a key barrier to get for business to get to this level of kind of comfort before they embed connectivity services along with their offerings. It takes a long time. It takes maybe years before they are ready to launch, and that's the primary barrier. And obviously, once they do launch, there is a huge set of regulations, the compliance that they need to get into. They also need to invest in support and ops, right? So it's like entering a new industry, which they should not be doing. So nobody who does a D2C business or online sales business, they're not rebuilding Shopify, or they're not reinventing the e-commerce space, right? So they just use the existing full stack solutions available in the market. So I think we are doing our small bit to build that kind of an interface for our customers, and I believe these are the two primary barriers, right? Just how to get started, and basically how to keep focus on their own business without getting too much into the telecom complexity.
Yeah. What's the biggest mistake you see companies make when designing activation, billing, or customer journeys?
Yeah, I can talk about the experience that we had with our customers, right? So when they first come to us, they actually want unlimited plans, right? They basically want the highest tier of everything that they want to offer their customers without really focusing on what is the device. So it might be a small, let's say, a smartwatch, right? But a uh, the they really overestimate what is needed to deliver value for that particular device for their customers, right? So they believe that they need to over engineer it from a connectivity point of view. They need to over engineer it from the amount of data that they want to provision for their customers, right? So that's number one. So it takes a bit of learning for them to understand that the value is not in really the value is not in uh, what can I say, giving the max, but actually to keep for provisioning the right amount of kind of services, which solves the customer end users problem, right, and helps them retain their customer base, right, or their customers. So that's basically the first kind of learning that they quickly get into. So we help them with that. And second is really underestimating the value of a tailored solution. So it's not just about taking a standard retail plan from an operator and then reselling it to consumers, or uh, it's about how well is it integrated with the product. Does it work with the right APN? Does it have the right SMS kind of provision in it? Is it like, does it work? Uh, do you support calling? If do you support 911 calls? Right? There are so many nuances to it, right? So how do we tailor it to fit it? And again, make sure that they uh, that it's not a general purpose device plan that is being force fitted to like a very custom device, right? That's probably something that needs to be like designed from day one, in a sense. And then really assuming that customers are very savvy, right? I mean, we are in this world, so we believe that everybody knows what's ICCID, what's the SIM, how do you put it into the device, how do you turn it on, right? All those things are
Right.
like second nature for us. But you will be very surprised to know that end users really they don't know and they don't want to know, right? So the question is, how do you
Mhm.
make it easy for them to really use these in a most natural way for their
Mhm.
device? For example, our smartwatch customer that we were talking to, they have a very simple mechanism where customers end users can purchase the watch on their Shopify store. Then the moment it's bought, the the line is activated, right? So it's like, so when the watch is delivered and it's turned on, it's active, right? So this kind of experience is what is really needed. It's not about somebody having to add insert the SIM into the watch or go to a website and then enter the ICC ID and then try to activate it, right? I mean, I mean, you would be surprised that these are actually this still exists in this world. So
I feel like turnkey is often overlooked until you don't have it.
yeah,
And then the
absolutely.
customer I mean, it's in this day and age that going above and beyond and having that already to simplify that experience it goes a long way, and it's quite frankly, people don't realize how much is done until they don't have all those parts.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I think it's the Apple kind of experience, right? Just plug and play, natural.
Yeah.
This is something that obviously it's tough in our world because we have so many diverse or kind of siloed systems. So we need to stitch it together to deliver that kind of experience for end users. Absolutely.
And I'm assuming this became a game changer for your customers, right? Following up to your last answer, that fast, low friction deployment um, was a game changer for Spenza.
Absolutely. And see, I think a lot of our customers are in the consumer business. So they're in the so they worry about churn, they worry about people support calls. They worry about uh, people recommending them to others, right? Like word of mouth is very important once you have invested in acquiring customer. So this small things really make a difference in how customers perceive the overall experience of the product, and connectivity is definitely very much a part of it, right? Uh, so yeah, and I mean, some of these devices are like gifts, right? So the parents give a smartwatch to their kids, and on Christmas Day they try to use it, and it doesn't work. Then it's a really bad experience. So this has to be really designed in such a way that the delight uh, and the wow factor is there when somebody uses it, right? And connectivity is very much
Yeah,
a key part of it.
walk us through that whole case study. You've alluded to the kid smartwatch. Um,
Yeah.
what made it technically challenging? How were you able to overcome some of those challenges that now make kid smartwatch deployment and that experience for the customers so seamless?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think Aeris has played a key role in this. We When we first heard about this opportunity, we were working with only data only plans till then, right? Along with Eris, and Eris went really over and beyond by getting us a voice plus SMS plus data pod, which will serve the customer's use case and which works seamlessly along with the device, right? The APN was just right. I mean, it's a plug and play. So for plug and play for devices, you basically need to ensure that users don't have to enter a separate APN, and obviously, and the voice and SMS works, and SMS works across networks. So this requires a special bit of kind of provisioning on the network side, and Aeris had done a great job helping us deliver the solution. One of the key things that we did as a part of this uh, uh, kind of deployment was to ensure that the end users, as I said, they have a seamless experience. They turn on the watch and it starts working, right? So we have to make sure that the activation flow uh, is uh, at the time of device purchase and not at the time of it's not manual, right? So in a lot of other
It's almost
smartwatch,
immediate, right?
it's
You open the
immediate.
package and you can start using it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So that's something that we did, and we did that, and we also delivered, launched this within 2 months of getting a request, which is super fast in our world, right? Because if you see other deployments, it takes 6 months to a year, right? And so it is a great combination of we getting the right solution on the network side, and we having a seamless Shopify integration with Spenza platform, which enables the plans to be sourced from operators from Aeris, and uh, a custom plan created on our platform, then it's resold on the Shopify store, and the end users is able to purchase the plan, and the entire kind of ecosystem works seamlessly along with billing, right? So this is something that we have delivered as a part of the smartwatch project, and it has been a fantastic experience for end users.
How do you see connectivity shifting from a technical decision to more of a strategic business decision?
The connectivity has always been an afterthought, right? Somebody says, okay, we see that we can also resell connectivity. Let's figure out how that is done. Obviously, now with everybody knows that connectivity is the monetization vehicle for their devices. So now it's really thought at the beginning itself. So now the customer conversations about connectivity come into play even before the device is being designed, right? So that's a great
Mhm.
change that has happened right now. Uh, so they first decide. I mean, their customers are now deciding what plan and what price point should we be selling, and then deciding what kind of a device will make sense, what kind of bands make sense, right? So that's a great change. Uh, One of the and what is motivating this is realization that a recurring revenue model is the best way forward, and also something that can meaningfully convey the kind of value that our IoT businesses are actually delivering to end users, right? And other businesses. So it's very easy to do, let's say, a X dollar per line per month subscription pricing, right? For a connected camera uh, or a router, right? A backup router. See, because it also aligns well with the kind of value that is being delivered. So that's the key change, and I am super excited that the connectivity is the what can I say, the value capture mechanism for all these businesses.
Curious, Vinay, which IoT trends or technologies you're most excited about right now?
Yeah, I mean, we are living in very exciting times. We now are seeing. So I remember when I first started my career, right? I was writing device drivers for ATM cards. ATM is not our cash machines, but the old kind of networks. And we have come a long way, right, from there. And we are now in an age where we have satellite connectivity, right? And we are maybe this year we're going to see satellite being direct to device, right? And we are going to see hybrid networks, and we are so this is super exciting times for us with the networks with satellite connectivity on iPhones and other devices, right? And hybrid or dual mode devices coming into the network. I mean, coming into the industry. We believe that I believe that we will probably see a satellite first global operator, which will give us seamless connectivity and also seamless handoff between terrestrial networks and non-terrestrial networks. That's a holy grail actually. So we really don't. So we'll have a access device in the sky. It's an amazing kind of concept. So that really excites me. Uh, and that and that's something that is going to shift the balance of power in the industry in terms of who gets to own the customer, and uh, hopefully aggregation platforms and connectivity IoT providers like Aeris and us would have a major role to play on how we make it easy for consumers or businesses to adopt to this change. Right. The second major thing I believe is obviously something that Aeris is also rolled out, which is HTTP.3 to remote service provisioning. It's a
Yep.
game changer because it really simplifies the operations for our customers. They don't have to worry about the logistics of figuring out whether something is managed or unmanaged from a SIM provisioning point of view. Obviously, it simplifies, it unifies the eSIM management across all the kind of device base. And yeah,
Well, thank you so much for all of your insights, Vinay. Please do come back again. We appreciate you joining us for this podcast.
it's my pleasure and really excited. And thanks again for this opportunity. Thank you.
Absolutely. And also, thank you to our listeners and our viewers for tuning in. If you do have feedback about today's podcast or have questions, please contact us at podcast@aeris.net. And don't miss our next episode. We will be back for episode 12, hopefully with my co-host, John Connett. Until next time, I'm Susanna Song, and you're listening to IoT Real Talk.
From all of us at Aeris, thank you for listening to IoT Real Talk. We hope you'll join us again for more real stories from real practitioners shaping the future of IoT. Tune in on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube, or visit aeris.com/IoT podcast.